Hey guys, you're here with me in Santa Monica, California at the Grow Wire Studios. Today's episode of the Grow Wire Show is focused on a company we use literally every single day. It's all about Blue microphones. Now, Blue Mic started off focusing on musicians like Sting and Imagine Dragons, and now they're focused on catering to people just like you. YouTubers, musicians, podcasters, entertainers, you name it, they're doing it. So you're gonna wanna put on your headphones and listen closely, because this episode of the Grow Wire Show is one you won't want to miss. Welcome to the beautiful Los Angeles suburb of Westlake Village, California, situated right outside the star-studded neighborhoods of Calabasas and Hidden Hills, and home to Blue Microphones. Blue Mics is one of the most renowned audio production companies in the music industry, so I sat down with CEO John Meyer, as well as the Vice President of Marketing Adam Castillo, to discuss the company's success, struggles, and how Blue Microphones became an industry standard. Who started the company and why and where, to be honest?
Well, the company was founded by two creatives. So one gentleman was a musician touring Europe, another was an acoustics engineer, and became fast friends, started collecting microphones, started using those mics, started refurbishing those mics, and eventually actually started upgrading microphones. And one day just said, we should make our own. We know so much about it.
It's very interesting. They started by modifying and sort of hot rodding fancy studio microphones. There's a long tradition of European microphones being made, high-end microphones being made to capture everything precisely, clinically. Yeah. And I think over time, people started wanting modifications to those microphones. And there are stories about the microphones that came into the building back then. I've heard that Yoko sent John Lennon's Imagine mic in here.
Oh my gosh.
Back in the day to get work done.
Wow. As you can probably tell, at the core of Blue Microphones is the fact that everyone who works for the company shares the same undying passion for music, even beyond the office. Can you just tell us a little bit about your musical history?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it goes back to my parents were both musicians and singers, but I started early, and I pursued my passion, and to the point of quitting school and going on the road with a band and recording sessions and just playing as much as I could play. And but at the same time, you've got to make ends meet. So I'm working in music stores and meeting people in the music business, and I got very interested in products. Like, how does a company come up with an idea for a product and then get it built and then market it? And I just thought that was really interesting. And so I moved to Chicago and thought, let's play with both. I'll play music and I'll stay in the business and just kind of see which one wins.
Best of both worlds.
So I did classical guitar in undergrad. I think I just mostly wanted to play on records and backup singers. I love doing that kind of stuff.
That's awesome.
But the way life throws you curveballs, I'm out playing with a singer, and somebody comes up and says, "We're working on this TV show. This would sound really good. You should turn a tape in." And that show ended up being Dawson's Creek.
Oh my gosh, no way. Mm-hmm. That is a throwback. Oh my gosh, Dawson's Creek. With an extreme passion for music at the foundation of their company, the Blue Mics founders knew from the start that their microphones could never just blend in with the crowd. That's why they came up with a unique idea to make their mics both innovative and colorful. So what do you think they saw lacking in the industry that Blue Microphones was going to bring to it?
The microphone industry at that point was pretty crowded, especially on the professional side. Mm-hmm. A lot of brands with 80 and 100-year histories and sort of real traditional or legacies to their product. I think they thought these products are creative. And so rather than having gray sticks that look sort of boring and are trying to create the most realistic enactment of the sound that's going into it, they said, let's make a product that is coloring the sound. Let's make a product that looks creative, that has color to it, funny names, funky names, just trying to make the product itself be part of the creative process. And really what we like to say at Blue is that essentially microphones are going to color your sound, so let's color them the way we want them to be colored. Yeah. And that's where the blue sound sort of came from. So.
Got it. So it kind of fueled that creative energy that artists all have. I mean, you can't deny it. And instead of just having a microphone with the name 7KR14, it was the, blue bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
So can you walk me through the levels of success, from 1995 until you came in?
Really, that first 10 years was very much focused on the idea of the musician and the artist on the professional side, just bringing it down market to where we could get to a larger audience and we could actually still innovate and create cool products. Where things shifted was about the mid-2000s.
So 2005 is a big year. It's kind of a seismic year for Blue.
Got it.
This is the year YouTube goes live. This is the year Apple puts podcasts into iTunes.
Right.
And this is the year Blue launches its Snowball USB microphone.
Oh.
Everything changes at this point.
Yeah.
And you probably know that this huge wave of user-generated content that starts, right? It sort of takes over all conversations in the media.
Yeah.
At that point, we were really the first company to offer something that was plug and play that could give you a high quality result.
Right.
So it's putting a creative tool into the hands of this huge democratized group of people who want to make stuff.
Right.
And it really kind of exploded from that point.
It was a product that we sold at Apple stores and in Guitar Center, so it was both pro and consumer. And that really opened our eyes to, okay, there's something interesting going on here.
Yeah.
And that's when we sort of started to focus more on this content creation side. So still handling the musicians, still working with our users on that side, but now looking at people who are doing podcasts and YouTube videos and voiceovers and game casting, screen casting, that kind of stuff. So that really kicked off the second 10 years of the company, which is really the stuff that I've been most involved in. And that's, what can we do for that customer? How can we create these tools that are accessible, easy to use, fun, creative, and allows them to really up their game? Right. And that's now moved us into, all the way to game streaming.
Although Blue microphones found major success in recent years, John opened up about the struggles the company faced finding their place in the market. Aside from your internal challenges, what challenges did you face outside with, in selling or in pro, whatever?
No, I think one of the biggest challenges is that in essence, for the consumer electronics side, we've created a category that didn't exist. Mm-hmm. So prior to what we've done, what you were buying on the market was a $19, not so great USB mic. Getting into the channel so customers could even see the product was really a challenge. It took years to get big retailers to even consider what it was we were trying to do. And the funny thing is that with one in particular, we kind of moved through the back door, through sort of a music instrument shelf and then into the sort of Apple store within a store, and then eventually to the PC peripherals shelf, which we had said from the beginning is where we should be, and the business just blew up.
As the business continues to grow, Blue microphones are becoming an industry standard. I got an inside look at the in-house studio where artists and bands across all genres and eras have showcased their pipes on the designer mics. Okay, so tell me about what this space is. What do we have going on here?
Yeah, this is our studio. We do a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah.
We have mic tastings, so we invite artists to come in and try out all the different microphones against recorded tracks that they have, something from a record that they're working on or something that's already out.
Do they get a glass of wine with each different microphone?
That's a nice touch. We should do that. We've shot music videos in here before.
Wow.
Like full groups, string quartets, the whole deal. So we use it. We use it for all sorts of stuff.
Can you tell me about someone who's like that we would know, that our audience would know, that's been in here before?
Well, there is a great story from back in the old days. The group Imagine Dragons, before they were signed, came here to record a demo.
Oh my gosh.
Spent the night in this studio.
Should I lay down on the ground? Okay.
Worship.
There's probably some other things on here that I'm going to need to shower off. So tell me about this one.
Well,
kind of cool looking.
All of our products have kind of interesting names, and we try to embody sort of the Blue brand and the individual product brand in the product. So this is Blueberry.
Oh, the Blueberry.
It's a Blueberry. This is one of our first mics.
Wow.
This guy here is the kiwi.
Okay, so blueberry, kiwi. Now,
Kiwi.
We're into fruit.
Now we're into fruit. Yep. But
Yeah.
get ready. This is a bottle rocket.
Oh, uh-oh.
Now he's lost his head, but don't worry.
We have that in
fine.
common.
It's fine. So he's kind of a mini version of the big bottle. So
Got
that's
it.
the bottle. This is a bottle rocket. We also have a baby bottle,
Oh,
another kind of derivative
interesting.
in the bottle family.
Yeah,
And down there we've got a dragonfly,
right.
which
Because it looks like it
Yeah,
really
right.
does look like a
with
dragonfly.
the head and the body. kind of
Yeah.
hover. And it's, by the way, it looks great when you have a pair of those hovering over a drum kit.
Ooh.
It looks like a couple dragonflies.
Yeah.
Pretty good. That's the mouse
Right.
on the end here.
And just because it's small,
Yeah,
Or
the
why?
sort of squat,
Right.
squat look to it.
I guess it could be like a Mickey Mouse too, like
Yeah, I
with these
think so.
yeah.
I think that's where
There
some of
we
that
go.
came from. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I want to know a little bit about where Blue Microphones is headed and what's the future going to look like for you guys.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun now because now we've got the resources and the infrastructure and the team to crank up all the aspects of the brand that are working. So we're going to stay very focused on what we know. So, microphones and headphones, there's no big changes there. But it's all about the applications and the users. How are they using the product? Probably the biggest message is these products have worked across all these different use cases for years, and we have yet to really build products specifically for some of these markets, and that's kind of where we're headed. So
Very cool. So customer first.
yeah, absolutely.
What advice would you give to an entrepreneur or business person looking to start their own company? Whether it's in music or not is one thing, but just in general, what you've learned as the CEO of Blue Microphones.
I think number one is you should love what you're doing. You shouldn't be getting into the business because you want to make a bunch of money. I mean, obviously, at the end game, that you need to be profitable. You need to be able to support the business. But if you're getting into a business because you read somewhere that it's supposed to be successful, don't waste your time, because there's going to be so much pain and so much work. You should enjoy what you're doing. And I think that's a big part of our message here, is we really do love what we do. So for me, it's always been following the passion, following the love, and the rest of it will come.
Blue Mics is helping amplify so many voices across so many different industries. Gaming, entertainment, podcasting, music. In fact, it had me thinking, I'm ready to amplify my hidden talent, my singing voice. So if you wouldn't mind to just get out of here, I'm gonna practice a little bit.